Answering some of the most commonly asked questions on procurement from the web. Hi, I'm Callum from Telso Procurement, and I'm here to speak to you today on behalf of procurementexpress.com. And today's question is, what are the key stages in a procurement question? So the first stage is understanding the requirement. Now this is the most important part, because if you get this wrong, then you ultimately will end up procuring the wrong product or service. So it's very important that you actually understand the need. And it's important to understand that whatever need you require is actually a business need as opposed to a personal want. Now this means potentially challenging the user, or should I say advising the user to really get to the bottom of why you need a particular product or service. The next stage, once we've understood the need, is to engage the supply market. It's really important for us to have an understanding of whether there is sufficient suppliers out there to meet our need. So we have the option of sending out a request for information to various suppliers to provide us with the necessary information that will allow us to understand whether there's sufficient suppliers in the market to meet our need. Now it may be that based on our need, there aren't sufficient suppliers in the market or no suppliers in the market to meet our need. Now this may be because the product or service we're looking for is out of date and suppliers have moved on to producing and providing other products and services, and therefore it may mean we need to go back and review our need to ensure that it is in line with what is available in the supply market. The third stage is to establish what contract terms we wish to engage the supplier in. Now, a number of your organizations will already have standard terms in place, and that's great. Just make sure that the standard terms are aligned to the actual requirement. The worst thing would be to send out standard terms which have no relevance to the requirement or the procurement that you're actually trying to make. And if you don't currently have a set of standard terms, it's important that you do develop standard terms for your business to ensure that you manage the risk when engaging or contracting with your suppliers. And we have another video on the key terms to include in a set of standard terms. The next stage is to pre-qualify your suppliers to make sure any supplier you use can meet your requirement. And the final stage will be to go out to tender and evaluate to award the contract. So going out to tender could include sending out an RFQ if it's a fairly standardized procurement, or sending out an RFP if it's more complex, and then evaluating either on best price if it's an RFQ, or on a number of different factors that are relevant to your procurement if it's an RFP or request for proposal. If you have any questions on procurement, please go to procurementexpress.com/training, where you'll find a free Procurement Essentials training course.